Hello students, this is Manoj Kumar Verma. I am with you with a chapter from class 9 Moment, The Lost Child, written by Mukul Raj Anand. So far as I think, there are the three leading Indian writer whom we never forget in life. They are the pillar of English literature. Their names are R.K. Narayanan, Raja Rao, and Mulk Raj Anand. Mulk Raj Anand is one of the best Anglo-Indian writer whom we always commemorate when we focus our glance in Indian literature. His writing The Lost Child is a very interesting and inspiring. His writing art of writing is so simple and inspirational for lot of children. We can never forget him because his art of writing is very simple, convincing, and conveys a good message. The story begins in the month of spring because the spring is the time of enjoyment and merry making. The lost child is his one of best art of writing that leads with the child's thoughts and feelings. The story Lost Child describes how parents play an important role in a child's life. Although the age of a child is full of desires and wishes, we get same feelings and emotions of the village children. The story begins when a small child was going to the fair with his parents. The parents was very happy to go to the fair with his children, with his child also. Many people are going to the village fair with a great pops and pawns. They are so happy that they thought that this is a good carnival for them. The small child was going to the fair along with his mother and father. The child was so happy that he happily going, and while he was going to the fair, his glance falls on a toy shop where there are different types of toys were hanging. The child's eyes lingered with the toys. His father called him, "Come, child, come." The child followed the footsteps of his father and went where his father was going. But his mind and his eyes were still lingered with the toys. He insisted his father in desire of getting that toys, but his father became angry and opened his red eyes to the child. The child did not say anything and his desire suppressed. His mother his mother was his mother was very humble and kind hearted. He wanted to she wanted to distract his mind and showed him the best, beautiful mustard field that was before. The child was very excited and entered to the mustard field. The mustard field was full of mustard. It seems to be melted gold. Suddenly, suddenly the child saw the dragonfly was flying here and there. He wanted to catch them, but it flew. it escaped from him. Soon the parents call, "Come, child, come." The child began go back where his parents was sitting, and suddenly he entered to the field where there were the beautiful butterflies were flying here and there. When he went back to his parents, he saw the beautiful petals of the flowers falling on the ground. So he collected in his palm. But suddenly his glance fell on the a flying dove. He was excited and he told his parents, "Mother, father, the dove, beautiful dove." And he forget all about his about his uh, about his petals in his arm, and all fell down, and he ran to the footpath. Suddenly, the suddenly he found that there was nothing in his hand. Soon he entered along with his father and mother to the uh, village fair, where a number of people were going to the fair with a great excitement. The child the child was also in a very exciting mood. As he entered the fair, suddenly he saw a sweetmeat shop of sweetmeat seller, where gulab jamun, jalebi, rasgulla, and barfi were being sold. The child decided to buy, and he insisted, he requested his parents to for the barfi because it was his favorite sweet. But he knew very well that his father would say him that you are so greedy, so he did not pay attention and moved forward. Then the boy then the boy saw a flower seller was selling different kind of flower along with the garlands. So he desired to purchase the garland, but he did not ask his parents because he thought that the parents may say that they were very cheap. Then he moved forward. Again, his glance fell on the balloon seller who was selling balloon of different colors like red, green, yellow, and purple. The child was attracted with the purple balloon, and he made a soft request to his mother. But he knew very well that his father would not buy it, and he would say that the he was too old to play with the balloon. Then he moved forward. As he moved forward, he saw a snake charmer was playing bangi, and the snake was dancing before him like a swan in the river. And he he approached the snake charmer, but he thought that his father prohibited him, that the sound of the pangi is so thrilling to listen. Then the child moved forward and saw that that there was a roundabout swinging with full speed. Many men, women, children, all are just swinging with a great excitement. They are very happy. The child this time made a bold request to his parents that I want to go to the roundabout. As he moved back, he found that his parents were not over there. He just searched here and there. He cried, he waved, but he did not find his parents. He saw some man and woman were talking at a little distance. He went over there, but he did not find his parents. Again, just he wept. The tears rolled down from his beautiful cheeks, and his yellow turban became loose, and he could not understand what to do or not to do. Then he saw that a great mob before the shrine in a temple. Temple. He moved forward and found out his parents. He rushed. He went into the temple between amongst the legs of the people. And he was weeping also. His just sobbing sound was heard by a gentleman who was in the mob. He took him in his arm and brought him to the roundabout and asked him that what he was and where he came from. But he did not say. He only said, I want my mother, I want my father. The child, the gentleman took him to the roundabout and requested him to go to the roundabout. But the child moved his face from there and began to weep and said, I want my mother, I want my father. Then the gentleman took him to the snake charmer, where the snake charmer was still with the snake, and he did not pay attention in it, and he said only that I want my father and why I want my mother. Then the gentleman took him to the balloon seller, where the balloon seller was still selling balloon in a bamboo with a colorful balloon. The child did not pay attention in it, and he said that I want my mother, I want my father. Then the gentleman took him to the flower seller, where the flower seller having a beautiful flower and garland. The child did not pay attention in the flower and flower seller, and he said to the gentleman, I want my mother, I want my father. Then the gentleman took him to the sweetmeat seller, where his favorite sweet barfi was still there, but the child did not pay attention in Barfi also. This, and he said, I want my mother, I want my father. Well, children, this is the end of the story. But after the end of the story, I would like to convey a message given by Mulkraj Anand, that this story is having two part. In the first part of the story, we saw that the child was with his parents, and he has immense desire in his heart to eat the barfi, to eat barfi, to purchase